Well, I tell you what, folks, if you have stuck around through all of these basketball games today, you've got one more coming at you, and this one should be a real treat. The Class B state championship between the Wahoo Warriors and the Hartington Cedar Catholic Trojans. Tim Pearson, our guest color commentator from York High School. And Tim, you've been as closely associated with Class B basketball across the state as anyone. What is it that has allowed Wahoo to have such an amazing success rate? And I know they've had great athletes, but there's more to it than just that.
Well, they've probably got the premier program in the state, and I don't know. I wonder if it's not don't make any difference what class. They've got a Wahoops program that was started years ago by Red Ingbody and Jerry Volan, and that program has just been tremendous. Last year, they told me the seniors were the first group that went all the way through it, and this, of course, will be the second group going through it, and that they do a great job.
Okay, we'll be back with the starting lineups and the start of this Class B state championship game right after this. Well, we're getting ready for the introduction of the players for tonight's Class B state championship game. There you see some of the Wahoo crowd on hand. A good crowd here at the Devaney Center, as always. Wahoo brings a lot of fans along with them. A lot of people like to watch this basketball team play because they do play such an excellent brand of basketball. But Hartington Cedar Catholic, on the other hand, Tim, has some excellent athletes of its own. In fact, in Eric Mueller, they might have the best jumper in the state. This guy is really something to watch.
Well, like we were talking before the game, that Eric Mueller had, 52 dunks over his career. Last night he had 2 great dunks. They told me one game this year he had 7 dunks. And any kid in high school that can have 7 dunks has got to be a great jumper. I tell you, he really does a super job underneath the basket also. He's hard to stop.
Wahoo, for those of you who maybe have been in a cave the last couple of years and don't know it, they own the state's longest winning streak at 114 games. They won 4 straight Class B titles from 88 through 91. Last year, upset by Ogallala in the semifinals, but now they've tacked on a 24-0 record. Is this just more of the same with Wahoo?
I think so. They've got too many great athletes. I think they've got 4 or 5 freshmen on there sitting on the bench, and they just got super kids. They keep coming through their program. I think they've just got a tremendous program.
And a big key for Hartington Cedar Catholic, I'm sure, because there is an intimidation factor going against Wahoo, is maybe the first couple minutes of the ball game to get the feel and say, hey, we can play with these guys.
Well, I think of the first 2 games that Wahoo played, that was the whole story. Against Sidney, they struggled. Sidney was allowed to stay in the game, and Sidney did a great job adjusting and playing, and finally coming down and getting the ball inside. Yesterday, Crete, Wahoo was tremendous, and Wahoo was not allowed, or Crete was not allowed to take and get into their half-court offense. And if they're going to be able to play, Cedar Catholic has to get in their half-court offense tonight.
Well, you see the Wahoo non-starters being introduced. Wahoo coached by Mick Anderson in his 17th year. And let me tell you, it hasn't always been a success story at Wahoo. They used to have a dismal program, had trouble winning a couple ball games a year, but they've sure turned it around. Now let's get the starting lineup for tonight's game from PA announcer Roy Churchill.
Number 11, 6-foot senior, Scott Heine. Number 23, 6-foot 2-inch senior, Aaron Frank. Number 31, 6-foot 5-inch sophomore, Jamie Jones. Number 33, 6-foot 3-inch senior, Eric Mueller. And number 43, 6-foot 3-inch senior, Dennis Pinkelman. The assistant coach at Hartington Cedar Catholic, Mike Scanlon. The head coach, Bob Geary. And now the starting lineup for the Wahoo Warriors. Number 23, 6-foot 3-inch senior, Justin Anderson. Number 25, 6-foot senior, Joel Wyan. Number 35, 6-foot junior, Greg Hines. Number 45, 6-foot 4-inch junior, Travis Colleen. Number 54, 6'1" junior, Mike Hancock. The assistant coach at Wahoo, Mark Watton. The head coach, Mick Anderson.
Well, you might be wondering, the man that all the Wahoo players were going up and shaking the hand of in the wheelchair over there is a retired policeman, Ernie Potzloff of the Wahoo Police Department and a friend of the team. Our officials for this game, Randy Brohorst of Lincoln and Gary Pence of Hickman. There's a good shot of Ernie, and he'll be cheering on the Wahoo Warriors. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Schmall. And along with me for this Class B, the finale here at the 1993 Boys State Tournament, is Tim Pearson, our guest color commentator. Tim is the head boys basketball coach at York High School. I know you've been there quite a while, Tim.
I've been there 9 years. This is my 9th year. We just finished it.
And there's nothing better than the state tournament. I know you've had the Dukes down here before.
Oh, we've been down here 4 times since I've been at York, and we were lucky enough to be runner-up to Wahoo a couple years ago. We thought we had a chance to beat them, but we just couldn't quite get it done.
Here we go, the Class B finale. Hartington Cedar Catholic in the red against Wahoo in the gold jerseys. And Hartington Cedar Catholic controls the opening tip. Aaron Frank, Scott Heine, the guards. They'll have to contend with that great guard pressure of Wahoo. There you see Joel Wyatt putting that pressure on outside. Jamie Jones, Dennis Finkelman, and Eric Mueller, kind of the 3 big guys inside that Hartington Cedar Catholic likes to go to. There's Heine, and he traveling, called on Eric Mueller.
Wahoo plays a 1-3-1, and they do a really good job of playing it. I'll tell you the one thing that makes their 1-3-1 tough is their quickness. They've got I felt when we played them a couple years ago, they had very quick hands. Today, I think they're just as quick.
Joel Wyatt, Mike Hancock, the guards. Travis Toline inside for Wahoo. Justin Anderson and Greg Heine, or Greg Hine, are the forwards. This is Wahoo on the attack. There's Mike Hancock. He's the great three-point shooter.
It's going to be interesting. Cedar Catholic in the man-to-man. Wahoo's got a lot of quickness. Be interesting to see how they handle that.
Three-point shot by Hancock won't go down, but Ryan comes away with a rebound on the backside. On the baseline, this is Hancock, and he hits it. Mike Hancock hits the first 2, and he's fouled on the play.
Mike Hancock is just a great hustler, plays hard, is a great shooter. The replay, you can see, goes in and gets the foul, does a nice job taking the ball baseline.
You can't give up the baseline on a quick team like this, can you?
Well, we had some problems with that a couple years ago, and they continue to attack it, and they do a great job. You just can't give it up.
And Hancock completes the three-point play, and that makes it 3-0. Wahoo on in top. Opening minute of this Class B state championship. And now we've got what was it?
That was a turnover there, traveling against Hartington CC. Hancock did a great job setting up, was looking for the charge, and caused the travel violation.
Outside, Justin Anderson gets it to the baseline to Hine. Wyan from three-point line.
He can really hit the three once he gets started. He looks like he's in rhythm tonight.
Watch out, Cedar Catholic. You can't let these Warriors get off to this hot of a start, or you can be in big trouble. Here's Hancock to Wyan. Watch out, and a foul on the floor.
Boy, again, their press is really going to cause some problems if Cedar doesn't handle it better than that. They do a great job on the trap. Again, I think the thing that's sometimes lost in defensive basketball is the quickness of hands. Wahoo has very quick hands.
Scott Heine whistled for his first personal, and now Cedar Catholic, its last 2 possessions, haven't even been able to get past the half-court line. Wyan has 4 points in the ball game. This kid might be the premier player in the state this year.
He really plays well. Most of the coaches I've talked to throughout the state, Class A, B, C, they really think he's one of the top players.
And Joel makes both free throws. The 6-foot senior now has 5 points in the game, and it's quickly 8-0 Wahoo. 6:23 left. This is Jamie Jones, sets it back out top. Look at the pressure. Mueller to Jones for 3. Little strong, but up strong is Mueller. Eric's shot falls through. Eric Mueller.
From about 10, 15 foot in, he really looks like to be a very strong player. He loves to get in that range, makes some great one-on-one moves also.
Hine inside to Toline. Can't get it. And Finkelman pulls down the board. Here comes Cedar Catholic on the run.
Wahoo's trying to trap out of the corner, and they're 1-3-1.
Aaron Frank can't get it to fall. Justin Anderson with a rebound. And I'll tell you what, get used to it, folks. This one will be up and down. Hancock, little strong. And down on the rebound is Mueller.
He doesn't miss too many of those.
No, he's an excellent shooter. Just a junior. He's really come into his own, though, this year. Didn't hear a lot about him last year, but, boy, he's been a great player for him.
A year ago, I caught him in the holiday tournament at Wahoo, and he was so strong he could shoot from a great range.
Traveling call inside, and I know that may be one of Joel Wyand's great strengths, and something that a lot of people forget about in basketball is strength. It means a lot, doesn't it?
Well, you can see it. Joel Wyand, one reason why he's really a great player, and along with Mike Hancock, they're both so strong. That really makes a lot of difference.
I think, not to make the comparison, but a lot of people think Michael Jordan is just all jumping ability, but they say pound for pound he might be the strongest guy in the NBA.
He really is terrifically strong, and there's no question basketball today has changed over the years. You have to have a good weight program and get the kids on the weights to be able to compete.
You get your kids on a weight program then quite a bit, even at York.
Well, we have a weightlifting and training class that we get a lot of kids involved that really help us.
A foul out on the floor. Number 35, Greg Hine, will pick up his first team foul against Wahoo.
Well, this is a pretty important part of the game, I feel. If Cedar Catholic can come back and score a couple buckets here, I think they're going to feel comfortable and they're going to think that they can play with them, and that's an important part of the game. There's a nice shot.
Turnaround jumper by Aaron Frank, a 6'2 senior, and that's what Cedar Catholic wants to do, is get the ball inside.
You know, we talk a lot about Wahoo's tradition, but, you know, Cedar Catholic, I think, has been here 4 times, and twice they've won it. And the other time they were runner-up, and, of course, this year they can't do any worse than being runner-up.
Wyand off the mark, and I tell you what, that northeast corner of the state, they play some excellent ball up there.
They really do. It's great basketball, and Cedar Catholic just has great years, one right after another. They kind of go unnoticed.
This is Cedar Catholic trailing 8-4, but they've reeled off 4 straight. Here comes Wyand on the break. This is where Wahoo can really be dangerous, is that fast break. The fast break and the press is what Wahoo likes to do, just be relentless.
A big key to stopping them, of course, is to be able to handle the pressure. And if you can't, if you do get the pressure handled, you've got to be ready for that offensive pressure where they get the ball down the court in such a big hurry.
This can be like on a college level, playing the smaller college teams and all of a sudden jumping up to Division I almost.
That's true. They really do a great job.
There's a break in the action. Midway through the first quarter, Wahoo leads it 8-4 over Cedar Catholic.
They gathered at the co-op one Saturday morning. Independent farmers pulling together to make their community a better place. That's the idea behind the local co-ops that make up the farmland system. Owned by local farmers to meet local needs, supplying farmland inputs for better farming. Together, they build a system that benefits everyone.
Dorchester Farmers Co-op, Cooperative Supply, Dodge, Nebraska. Farmers Co-op Grain and Supply, or Farmers Cooperative Business Association.
Recently, NC Plus asked top sorghum growers, if you had to bet the farm on one grain sorghum, what would it be?
Y363. It's the cleanest sorghum I've seen. 371. Combine's easy, yield's great.
We know it's hard to agree on one number, but more sorghum growers than ever agree on one name, NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company.
NC Plus? You bet.
Back at the Devaney Sports Center, midway through the first quarter in Class B, it's Wahoo over Cedar Catholic, 8-4. And Wahoo will inbound the basketball under its own hoop.
Cedar looks like they're going to play them. They're going to man it. Of course, they've been playing man the whole time, but they're manning underneath. Some teams switch to a zone. And
Hancock, nice quick jumper.
With Wahoo, you almost got to stay with your man just because of the fact that they shoot so well outside.
Ooh, I tell you what, that just shows you the hustle, though, of this Wahoo team. Nice block by Tolene, but he gets a foul. I mean, we saw 3 Wahoo kids go to the floor, all had the presence of mind. I mean, they knew that one was in the backcourt, one was falling out of bounds, and those kids are going hard all the way.
You know, you talk a lot about Wahoo's talent. You talk about how well they're coached. I'll tell you one area that they do super is they play hard and intense every game. I think that's a credit to their coaching staff.
Eric Mueller makes the first. Shooting 2, 6'3" senior, averages 18.6 a game. Misses the second. And coming down to the rebound was Justin Anderson for Wahoo. This is Wyan. Joel has 5 points in the ball game. Looking for more on the baseline and is fouled. Number 31, Jamie Jones, will pick up his second personal, a 6'5" sophomore. Jamie averages 10.3 a game. And those Hartington Cedar Catholic players, they must all have the same bowl when they go get their haircut.
They really do. And you know, most of them, except for their little guard, number 11, they all look about the same. They've got they're tall, they're lanky arms, so they all look about the same, especially with the haircuts.
Yeah, they look like basketball players, don't they? I mean, that
really do.
Look.
Every one of them.
And here may be the best of the group, Eric Mueller, but he has it taken away. Nice defensive play from behind by Hine. Toline, yes! Travis Toline, his first 2 of the ball game, and look at that full court pressure slapped on, and that forces a turnover.
Well, you know, on their press, a lot of people try to get their steal early, but they're causing a lot of pressure, forcing the turnover deep down court. Wahoo does such a great job hustling. Cedar Catholic is going to have to do a better job passing and handling the ball.
It's hard to keep your composure against a press like that, isn't it?
It really does. You need to have a player that can really step forward, that's got a lot of poise and patience to handle it.
And that gets down to the importance of having a good point guard. I know last week in the girls tournament we were talking about, would you rather have a good big player or a good point guard?
Well, there's no question. When we look in our program, I start looking at 4th and 5th and 6th grade for our point guards.
Mike Hancock nails a three-pointer. 4th or 5th or 6th grade for point guards, huh?
I tell you, there's no question. You aren't always correct, but you get an idea who can really take control and who has the savvy to play at the point guard spot.
Well, right now there's a lot of savvy, and this guy is one of them. Wyan to Toline for 2.
Well, that's just a beautiful pass. Did a great job penetrating down the lane and then passing to the backside.
17-5, Mueller picks it up, and a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. Hartington Cedar Catholic wants to take timeout, 17-5. Tell you what, it wasn't that long ago, and it seemed like we had a close game, but I think these turnovers have made a big difference.
The turnovers have really made a big difference. Hartington CC has 8 and Wahoo has 2. Really important. The last series down court just before the timeout, the problem CC is having is they're now looking down court. At that situation, Wahoo had 3 people in trap, causing such a problem that the individual that was trapped couldn't see the open players, and they're going to have to be able to maybe dribble out of the trap or at least do a better job to relieve the pressure on that trap.
And we saw Joel Wyand, although he averages 22.5 points a game, he's a lot more valuable to Wahoo than just a scorer, as indicated on that last play.
I guess that's what I really like about him. A few minutes ago, he drew a foul, driving baseline, looking to dump off inside, and he creates a lot of scoring possibilities for his teammates.
Well, Cedar Catholic in these last 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the first quarter would really like to get something going, and they'll need it confidence-wise, as right now it's been all Wahoo. 17-5. Inside, Pinkerman has it taken away by Anderson. And a traveling call, what was it?
I'm not quite sure.
They blew the whistle, but Wahoo will keep possession.
I think it might have been a 3-second violation. It was a 3-second violation.
A little bit of a late whistle possibly, or sometimes this noise is so loud here at the Devaney Center you don't hear the whistle right away. Trying to force it inside to Toline. Toline walks with it.
Wahoo is still in their 1-3-1 and doing a great job of doubling down, and the Cedar post players are going to have to pop the ball back out or reverse it to the backside to get the wide open shot.
Well, Jamie Jones checks back in. Paul Howie came in after that last timeout, a 6'3" sophomore for Cedar Catholic. Here's Mueller. Mueller pops from 15, little strong. Toline has it, and here come the Warriors. Wyan. They'll slow it up for a little bit. Anderson. No. Who's going to get the loose ball? It's Hancock. And Mike Hancock now has 10 points, is in double figures, and it's 19-5, and now a foul on Mike Hancock. All this pressure Wahoo puts on, do they get players in foul trouble much?
Well, you know, the games that I've seen, it seems like they've only played, 6 players, and it doesn't seem like the depth problems, with 6 players you think it would be a problem, but it evidently isn't. The other night they had Mike Hancock was in foul trouble early, but I think he's smart enough to stay out of trouble. They left him in the game and he did a great job. He still played aggressive.
Wyan goes to the floor. Here comes Hancock. Back to Wyan to Hancock. No, it's short. And Cedar Catholic comes down to the rebound. But again, that relentless pressure. The trap doesn't result in anything. Jumper, short, no good by Pinkelman.
Early in the game, before the game, we talked to Coach Gary. He said something about trying to be patient. Right now, his kids are a little flustered and are making one pass and shooting the ball, and it's going to cause some problems. It's going to snowball, I'm afraid.
Wahoo, nice checking out with 28 seconds.
I think with Wahoo, you've got to be able to come down and work your offense to try to create some type of slower movement to try to control their running game and to get them to stand around a little bit. But right now, CC is having a difficult time doing that. They seem like they're pretty frustrated.
Wahoo going for the last shot inside of 10 seconds. Hancock from 3 doesn't hit it. Mueller skies for the rebound. He had more time than that. I don't think Eric realized it, and they let quite a bit of time run off the clock. And now there's only 0.2 of a second to go, but there was about 4 seconds when Eric let that long shot go.
Yeah, there was a lot of time left, and
Anderson, it won't count. So we played 1 quarter of play, and it's all Wahoo, 19-5. Back with the second quarter right after this. The Class B State Championship, the final game of the 1993 tourney. And it's the Wahoo Warriors with a 19-5 lead after the first quarter of play. And adding insult to injury, Wahoo gets the ball to start the second quarter.
Yeah, it seems like when you're down, you always turn to that arrow, and it always goes the other direction. I tell you, Cedar's going to have to try to be more patient in their offense. I think if they're more patient in their offense and don't pull the trigger so fast, I think you're going to see that they're going to get the ball inside and maybe get some inside buckets.
Well, and especially with that extended zone that Wahoo plays, if you do move the ball, you can get it inside and get some easy hoops. Long shot missed by Mueller, and that's probably not what you would do, or what Cedar Catholic needs to do, maybe.
Well, I really feel that they need to take and get it in now. Nothing else, maybe force some fouls on Wahoo. And I think if they take it into them, I think you're going to see that Wahoo's probably going to commit some fouls. But right now, they're pulling the trigger a little too soon. One pass, and they shoot.
Right there was a foul on Dennis Pinkelman, his first, 14th foul, and Travis Tolene will go to the free throw line, a 6'4" junior. That might be one of the scariest things about Wahoo is they still got a lot of youth on that club.
Well, they've got 3 underclassmen, and with their great program, they're going to be able to fill in next year, and they're going to be probably just as tough.
Second free throw is good by Tolene. And that makes it 20-5. Biggest lead of the ball game now at 15 points. Jumper short by Frank, but he's fouled. And on the arm, I believe, was Greg Hine. That would be Greg's second personal foul. He's number 35.
I guess that's the interesting thing about their program is that they lose great players, but it seems like they have another player that just steps right in and becomes a great player. You lose Jason Clark, you got Joel Wyan. So, it'll be interesting to see who steps forward next year. I think Greg Hayne is potentially a very good player and could step right in and take over for him.
Well, Hine was one of those guys, he made the Vegas team this summer. He had been at Wahoo Newman and transferred over to Wahoo. And then Hancock has really stepped up to be a great player. Aaron Frank makes both free throws. He now has 4 in the ball game, and it's 20-7. Wahoo in front. Warriors in the goal. This is Wyan.
I don't think CC's defense has been all bad. What's hurt them again is the turnovers. They've done a pretty good job forcing some outside shots, but they turn the ball over too many times and creating too many easy buckets for Wahoo.
This time, Joel Wyan guilty of the reach. And And that will be the 15th foul, so Cedar Catholic will inbound the ball over on the far sideline. First foul on Wyan. There, Cedar Catholic gets it inside. Pinkelman's shot won't go down. Nice tip. Jamie Jones, the sophomore.
They say Jamie Jones is a very good player. He's got a lot of potential to be a great player, and I think you saw it there. He did a nice job tipping it in. A very good position.
Anytime you can have a 6'5 sophomore, and you can tell he's a mature 6'5, you take it.
Boy, no kidding. I would take him right away. Tell you, Wahoo does a great job boxing out on the boards, and that's a surprise on that tip that he had such a good position.
Anderson is short. Here comes Cedar Catholic. Scott Heine loses it.
Just when you think Cedar look like the momentum's changing just a little bit, they throw the ball away. Be nice to see him come down court a few times and get themselves under control and get the composure.
There you see Bob Geary yelling encouragement to his Trojans. Hine, Hancock from 3. Well, that one looked on the mark, but just short. So Mike's been a little off on his 3-pointers, has 10 in the game. Here's Cedar Catholic. Nice hoop by Jamie Jones.
Boy, he gets up nice. Really made a beautiful move there.
Oh, I tell you what, he gets up. And that's a sophomore, as we were just talking about. That kid's going to be one of the premier players in the state, I have a feeling.
I think he really will be.
Colleen. But look at the putback by Greg Hine. Hine's first 2 of the ball game. And it's 22-11. 5:30 left in this second quarter. Cedar Catholic doing a much better job against the pressure right now, Tim.
Yes, doing a better job handling it. Again, I think with a little bit more patience, I think you're going to see that they're going to get some better shots. And, you know, the last 2 times down court, they've gotten short shots. And, you know, that Jones is such a physical specimen. He looks like a basketball player. I think if they get it to him, I think they're going to score some buckets.
There's a break in the action. Cedar Catholic trailing by 11. Back at the Devaney Center, some of the happy Wahoo Warrior fans, but Tim Pearson, our guest color commentator from York High School, Cedar Catholic doing a good job here in the opening minutes of the second quarter. They've outscored Wahoo the last couple minutes, 6-2.
Well, you know, if they can continue getting down against their press, I think you could see a little bit of momentum shift here. It's going to be interesting how they do it defensively. Defensively, they got to get it done a couple series here. It'll be interesting.
This is Hine. Outside to Anderson. Now Hancock. Wyan. Colleen, it's taken away. Nice defensive play by Dennis Pinkelman.
That was really a nice job of jumping around in front of the post and stealing the pass by Pinkelman.
And we see the good jumpers on Cedar Catholic's part. It's not easy to throw the ball in on that lob.
They are all good jumpers. Everybody on their team, they've all got long arms and do a great job. That was a very important defensive series down that end.
Jump ball as it went inside. Cedar Catholic kind of running, what, a 4 perimeter with a 1 low post offense? Is that?
Yeah, they try to work the ball outside, and you know, it's been difficult to tell some of their offense because they've been pulling the trigger so quick, but they're going with a 4-man perimeter, trying to get the ball inside. It was a nice shot there by Jamie Jones again.
You bet. Jamie Jones with 6 points. He had only scored 7 points in the first 2 state tournament games. So Jamie really lighting it up here, and it's now 22-13.
Well, I think if there's anywhere Wahoo's got a little bit of weakness, it's probably underneath, or they're not really that big overall.
Now Greg Hine picks up his 3rd personal foul, so that is pretty big. And checking in is number 44, Ryan Glock. That's a familiar name, and there you see Greg Hine on the sideline. And I know a lot of Class B coaches breathe a sigh of relief. This is the last Glock in that line.
Well, they were a tremendous family, and those 2 boys moved to Wahoo about 8-10 years ago, and really Wahoo changed with them, and it was tremendous. They're tremendous players.
Not to denigrate the Wahoops program, but that the Glock family had a lot to do with Wahoo's resurgence as well.
There's a lot of coaches who like to have those 3 move in.
Here comes Wahoo on the attack. They try to force it. Wyan, an ill-advised cross-court pass, but Cedar Catholic couldn't hang on, and so Wahoo will keep possession. 3:41 left in the first half of play. The Class B state championship.
That was great hustle on Aaron Frank's part. Boy, he did a good job trying to save the ball.
Wahoo in a little bit of a scoring drought recently.
Cedar stepped up their defensive pressure a little bit, doing a lot better job, especially covering the post underneath and stopping the penetration, which they had early.
Foul on Cedar Catholic's part. That will be the 6th team foul. So from now on, both teams will be in the bonus situation. That one went against Aaron Frank, just his first personal. 6th team foul. Hancock, he loves the three-pointers, and that's dry.
And that one, of course, was out there about 22, 23 feet, so he's got great range. He's so strong.
Mueller throws it long, and Hancock runs it down. 25-13, 3:10. Will this be another one of those Wahoo runs? Hancock tries to get it inside to Cholene. Coming down to the loose ball is Heine, but he travels with it. Scott may be as frustrated as anyone out there on the floor, and I'm sure that's where the frustration's going to really come, is in the guard play.
It really will. Very difficult to handle that pressure.
There's a break in the action with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. It's Wahoo 25, Cedar Catholic 13. Three minutes left in this second quarter of the Class B state championship. Cedar Catholic Trojans trailing by a dozen. Wahoo with a basketball. Hancock, he's been the big gun, tosses it inside to Glock.
All the Wahoo kids seem like they do a great job of faking and then passing after the fake and making the other team leave their feet. They do a nice job executing.
Anderson off the mark from three, and look at skied up there is Eric Mueller. You can't coach that, can you?
No, you can't. Boy, he really got up after that one. It'd be nice to see him get loose tonight a couple times.
Tosses it inside. Jones back out to Frank. No good. Heine with the rebound, and I believe he's fouled.
You know, I like what they did there. They did a nice job of penetrating the ball down to their post. Their post popped it out. Earlier in the game, it seemed like they weren't popping it back out. They were getting it trapped down in the box, and now they popped it back out, and they got a good shot. Plus, they had rebound position.
If you can make those 2, 3, 4 passes, Wahoo overplays the ball so much, you will find people open, won't you?
Well, they do such a good job of doubling down, and that time there was 3 men on the ball when it went down the post. And Jones got it back out to the top and did a nice job.
Heine can't convert on the 1-and-1, so Wahoo will take over. 2:23 in this second quarter. Wahoo's a team, they average like 90 points a game, the highest scoring team in the state. In fact, their average margin of victory is 45 points. Cholene shows his strength inside and hits it. Travis now has 7 in the ball game, and it's 27-13.
Well, he got that partially blocked, and he did show his strength by being able to finish it out.
Frank is fouled. So now we'll go against Mike Hancock, his second personal. So maybe a good strategy for Cedar Catholic would be to continue to attack the basket, trying to get more Wahoo players in foul trouble.
I definitely think that's what you've got to do to beat them. You've really got to attack the basket and make them foul. They've got 6 players they've played the 2 days that I saw. They did bring a 7th player in off the bench for a few minutes. Be interesting to see what that depth is like down the line on the bench.
Aaron Frank makes the first. He now has 5 in the ball game. A 6'2" senior. Second one, nothing but net. And it's 27-14. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. This is Wyand. He's been relatively quiet. Hit an early 3, but Joel just has 5 in the ball game. Hasn't scored in the second quarter. He's number 25.
Well, you know, I think the big thing that's happened here is that Cedar has taken away the turnovers, and Wahoo's having to play half-court offense.
Well, there's that point guard ability of Joel Wyand as he dishes off to Cholene for an easy 2. Travis now has 9, and it's 29-14. 1:30 left. Wyand gets up high, almost gets the turnover. Underneath, Heine.
Nice pass from Aaron Frank down, hit the man on the backside, the diagonal pass.
Cholene out of control a little bit, and up high for the rebound is Jamie Jones, so it's down to a dozen. I think it'd be a big boost for Cedar Catholic to try to get this thing down into single digits at halftime.
Well, I think Coach Geary has to feel fairly good. has to feel fairly good because they have played pretty good defense and have done a better job taking care of the ball and are a little bit more patient.
Well, and in the second quarter, they've done a nice job. They trailed by 14 after the first quarter, so right now they're outscoring Wahoo thus far in the second quarter. Mick Anderson shouting instructions to his players.
Yes, an important thing is that you've got to keep Wahoo away from their runs. They're really streaky. They'll get those long runs, and it can happen so fast. They can score 10 points in just a matter of seconds, and something you have to stay away from.
That's one guy I think you want to keep off the free throw line, too. Mike Hancock, excellent shooter.
He is a tremendous shooter. Just does a great job setting up. He's got a nice technique. Nice follow through, too.
Second one doesn't go down, though, so it's 30-17. 13-point lead. Inside of a minute left in this first half. The Class B state championship. This is Pinkelman. Yes! Dennis Pinkelman, his first two of the ball game.
I was kind of impressed with him last night against Northwest. I thought he did a nice job on the box. Came up with some big free throws late in the game. I thought he did a nice job.
Had 13 points in that win over Grand Island Northwest. 35 seconds now. Let's see, Wahoo might pull it out for the last shot. 30 seconds, 30-19 our score. Wyan under pressure, gives way to Anderson. Justin is the coach's son, Mick Anderson. And yes, indeed, I think the Warriors will go for the last second shot, and I'm sure that's the guy they'd like to have handling the ball.
Oh, there's no question. I'm sure they're going to look for some type of penetration and then a pop out. Well, he gets the shot in the corner.
Doesn't hit it. Who's the foul on? I believe maybe Justin Anderson. And that's big because that stops the clock and lets Cedar Catholic go on the other end and a chance to cut it into those single digits.
I think if they got into the single digits, I think Coach Gary would really be happy. And I think it really gives them a legitimate, thought at halftime that, we can beat these people. So it'll be very interesting.
Well, Wahoo is up by 14 after the first quarter. So Cedar Catholic has outscored Wahoo by 4 in the second period, and they could make it 6 with a couple free throws here. Checking in is John Ahrens for Hartington Cedar Catholic, probably to protect Scott Heine from getting his third personal. Pinkelman misses. Boy, those free throws are big, aren't they? Wyan, 2 seconds, 1. They'll get it. Nope, won't get the shot off. A good second quarter for Hartington Cedar Catholic, but unfortunately the Trojans dug themselves a 14-point hole in the first quarter, and now Cedar Catholic trailing by 11. It's 30-19 at the half. Leading scorer in the ball game with 14 points for Wahoo is Mike Hancock. Travis Tolene has 9. Joel Wyand has 5, and 2 for Greg Hine. On the other side of the ledger, 6 points for Aaron Franks, 6 for Jamie Jones, 2 for Dennis Pinkelman, only 3 for Eric Mueller. That rounds out our scoring, and now Harvey is standing by with the Cedar Catholic coach, Bob Geary. Harvey?
And we're here with Cedar coach Bob Geary. Coach, you played him fairly even in the second quarter after a shaky start. Where do you go from here?
Well, we felt after the first quarter, we told him you can't get it all back at once. Let's cut down from where it was and take a little off at a time. They just sat. They had a couple opportunities to cut it to single digits, and I feel real good about the way the kids are playing defense. They're working real hard out there, and they're, for the most part, limiting Wahoo to one shot, but offensively, we have to handle the ball better and get down to half-court offense and get the ball inside. But the kids had a gut check, and they reacted well and stayed in the game, so that's what we've asking of them.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Bob Geary of Hartington Cedar Catholic. His team's down, but we're only halfway. Stay with us for more coverage right after this. The results are in on the Class B All-State basketball team, according to a vote of the coaches, which we've compiled. Let's share the 1993 Class B All-State boys basketball team. The first selection is Joel Wyand of Wahoo, a 6-foot senior averaging 23 points and 2 rebounds. His backcourt partner at Wahoo is the other guard selection, Mike Hancock, a 6'1 junior averaging 18 points and 4 rebounds. The center is Chad Samuelson of Raymond Central, a 6'3 senior scoring 25 points and pulling 10 rebounds down per game. At forward, it's Eric Mueller of Hartington Cedar Catholic, a 6'3 senior scoring 19 points and pulling down 7 boards per game. And the other forward is Jay Heller of Omaha Roncalli, a 6'3 senior, averaging 25 points and 10 rebounds per game. Named to the Class B honorable mention team are Jason Fry of Grand Island Northwest, Seth LeGrand of Nebraska City, Zach Dixon of Crete, Andy Markowski of Ord, Ryan Collison of Pierce, and Nathan Yan of Norris. And that's your 1993 Class B Boys All-State team. York High School head coach Tim Pearson joins me at halftime. And coach, an impressive array of talent in Class B. I'm sure you've seen some of them kind of maybe looking through your hands.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was, there's some great kids out there. The Cedar Catholic kids jump so well and are so athletic. You know, if they get them things together, I think you're going to see that it could be a different ball game in the second half. Very interesting. Wahoo is as good as we expected. They do a great job.
What about the confidence factor, though? Wahoo just exudes confidence.
Oh, they really do. And, you know, that comes from all the wins and all the tradition. It just, you know, like you said, it just exudes. They do a great job. Their program's great. I think Cedar Catholic has to get a little bit of that confidence in the second half. I felt the second quarter they had a little bit of confidence.
Well, we're looking forward to the second half. We'll hear what Mick Anderson has to say and hear your commentary in the second half.
Yeah, sounds good. It'll be fun.
Tim Pearson of York High School. Stay with us because we'll hear more from the coaches when we come back after this.
At halftime, Wahoo leads at 30-19. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics. And Tim, anything there jump out at you that's allowed Wahoo to jump out to this lead?
Well, it's a 14-7 in turnovers. CC has 14. Of course, Wahoo has 7. I think it'd be interesting to see how many of those turnovers were converted into baskets.
Yeah.
And I think the second quarter didn't have a lot of those conversions, where the first quarter did, so I think that was really important.
Well, we'll hear from Wahoo coach Mick Anderson when we come back.
Harvey Watson back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. We're joined by Wahoo coach Mick Anderson. Coach, you're up by 11, but Cedar isn't going to quit, and I'm sure you know that.
Well, they're competitors. They got a good group of athletes, so no, we don't expect anybody to quit in the finals of the tournament.
What do you tell your team at halftime? Not to be complacent?
Well, we got to keep pushing the ball up court, not commit some stupid fouls, and check out a little bit better on the boards.
And not to be projecting too far ahead, I'll bet. You got to play it one possession at a time.
Well, it's wide open. There's 16 minutes to go. We happen to have a little bit of a lead, but it can evaporate in a hurry.
Okay, well, you got to be cautious. You've been here before. You know what you're doing.
We're not taking them lightly.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Mick Anderson of Wahoo. His team has an 11-point lead, but he's not going to take it lightly at all, as he said. And let's look at the second half as it's coming up. We'll send it back to our announcers in just a minute, right after we take this timeout.
Just getting underway here in the second half of action, the Class B State Championship. Wahoo for the second half will be going to our left. These are the Warriors underneath. Travis Tolene having trouble with it. Pops it back outside to Anderson. This is Hancock underneath to Hine. Nice move by Greg Hine.
Did a nice job coming baseline and making the reverse. It was beautiful.
It's 32-19 now. That's our score. It was 30-19 at the half. Cedar Catholic in the red jerseys. Starting guards are Scott Heine and Aaron Frank. Jamie Jones in the middle. Dennis Pinkelman and Eric Mueller, the forwards. Shot missed, and Wahoo has the rebound. The Warriors led by Joel Wine and Mike Hancock at the guard spots. Travis Tolene inside. This is Greg Hine. No, won't go down. Hine and Justin Anderson somewhat occupy the forward spots, but I tell you what, all the Wahoo players are all over the floor.
Well, their 4 perimeter players play just about any position. They can rotate, do a great job of handling the ball and shooting.
Three-pointer by Heine, off the mark. Down with the rebound is Aaron Frank, and he's fouled. And I believe that might be on Joel Wyand. If so, that would be just his second. First team foul.
It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Hartington CC has made. The first time down court, it looked like they might have jumped into a little bit of a zone, and it'll be interesting to see what they, if they have.
Eric Mueller, that's going to be a block. I thought that'd be a charge. And I tell you what, that's the guy. We're going to take another look at it. Well,
boy, that's a tough call. Was he in the air already, or wasn't he? That's, I guess he called the block because he moved over when he was in the air.
I'll tell you what, Mueller's in the air for so long.
Well, he really hangs. That's why he does a great job on the dunk.
And I would think that maybe one of the keys for Cedar Catholic would be to have Mueller try to take over a little bit. Only 3 points in the first half, and for an all-state player, they need him to step to the forefront.
Well, there's no question. I'm sure that's one thing they talked about, is trying to get him involved the second half. Because if he penetrates, he is very tough to stop. Wahoo's going to have to play great defense. They are in their man-to-man, so it was not a zone.
Bad pass. This is Mueller. Has it off, bounce off his foot, though. Maybe a little bit over-anxious on Eric's part. And Wahoo will get the basketball back. Anderson out top to Hine. 3-point shot by Hancock.
Boy, again, he's out there about 22 foot. Just buries it.
Mike Hancock now with 17 points to lead all scorers. It's 35-21.
It's one thing about the 3-point shot. It's just devastating. When it looks like you're going to get back in the ball game and they bury the 3.
Not a good shot, really, by Pinkelman. Here comes Hancock the other way. Gets it to Toline. Toline gives it up, but hustling back was Jamie Jones for Cedar Catholic. The ball went off Jamie's hands, but he prevented a layup. So the Warriors will inbound the ball under their own basket. 35-21 our score. 5:45 left in the third quarter. The Class B state championship.
When you talk about pressure, Wahoo does both, the defensive pressure and offensive pressure.
Nice help on the backside, but Hine breaks through. Doesn't get it to fall, and Cedar Catholic gets a rebound. Good rotation on the defense, though, by Cedar.
They did a nice job getting around. They've played pretty good defense overall. You look at the 3-point shot, and they're really, he's out there 22 foot, and normal situation, you think that'd be covered.
And the ball bounced off of Jamie Jones' feet. And a lot of Wahoo's points have come in the transition game, so it hasn't been a breakdown in the half-court defense.
Well, I guess that's the point I was making before. They put so much offensive pressure on you. They keep the ball, get the ball up and down the court so quickly you cannot relax for 1 minute. With the total pressure game of defense and offense.
Scott Heine there, the turnover, and if there's anyone on the floor maybe that Cedar Catholic needs to have just slow down, would probably be Scott, the point guard.
Well, there's no question. He's the one that controls the tempo of the game for him, and he's going to have to get himself under control.
Wyand been relatively quiet until now. Joel with 7 points. He gets up in the air.
He really does. He's got a great jump shot. He comes through when you think somebody needs to score for him. He does a great job for him.
Heine to Mueller. Mueller on the run is fouled by, I believe, Justin Anderson. That would be the third personal on Justin. So both Anderson and Hine, 3 fouls apiece, and Cedar Catholic might want to try to attack at those 2 players. Quick first step for Eric Mueller.
Well, he's got a quick first step. He really likes to go to that basket.
Frank has it knocked away. Here's Joel Wyand on the break. He'll give it up to Anderson. And Anderson doesn't score, but is fouled on the play by Heine.
That was a good job of hustling back by Heine.
Checking into the Cedar Catholic lineup is Paul Howie, a 6'3" sophomore, and he'll give Heine a break. And maybe Coach Bob Geary wants to just talk to Scott and let his point guard know, hey, this is what I need to have run out there on the floor. The quarterback of a basketball team, right?
No question. Probably, again, the most important player on the floor. He's the one that's got to direct all the offense and the defense.
Free throw, bounds around and drops for Justin Anderson. His first points of the ball game.
Cedar has a couple really nice-looking sophomores.
Second free throw also good. 39-21, getting into that dangerous range. An 18-point lead for the Warriors. Mueller almost has it taken away. Eric driving, shooting, scoring.
Beautiful move, nice underhand scoop.
Look at Hine the other way. Greg Hine.
He made a great adjustment with his hand as he was in the air approaching the basket. Beautiful shot.
We're seeing some athleticism out here, aren't we?
Boy, we really are.
Look at that break. Beautiful.
Beautiful passing. They really passed the ball well.
Hine to Justin Anderson. Just back and forth. You couldn't draw it up on the blackboard any better than that. biggest lead of the ball game for Wahoo now at 20 points, 43-23. There's the pressure, and now Wyand also has 3 personal fouls. So 3 of Wahoo's starters with 3 fouls. If there might be an Achilles heel, that could be it.
I really think so, but again, that's going to be a difficult decision.
A break in the action midway through the third quarter, 43-23 our score.
It felt like the coldest day of the year. I was all alone with the kids. Then it happened. The heating went out.
Mommy, I'm cold.
I had to do something fast, and it had to be right. I called a Rheem dealer. He was there in no time. He said he'd take care of the problem and went to work right away. Before long, we had heat. What could have been a very cold day in our lives was made right. Thanks to our Rheem dealer.
The city of Wahoo takes pride in their outstanding high school students. These individuals have always been a source of encouragement, standing as examples of hard work and determination. These area businesses would like to show their support for the Wahoo and Wahoo Newman high school teams. Good luck in the 1993 state basketball tournaments.
Well, whoever Aunt Lana is, you've been served notice. Somebody's telling you hi from the Devaney Sports Center. And Cedar Catholic inbounding the ball. 3:43 left. And tell you what, there have been some turnovers by Cedar Catholic here in the third quarter, and they've been crucial ones, haven't they, Tim?
Well, all 3 of them have been scored, resulted in baskets by Wahoo, and they've got to take care of the ball better.
That just adds insult to injury when you turn it over and the other team gets a quick hoop.
And, you know, Wahoo does such a great job converting. Some teams get the turnover but aren't able to convert, but Wahoo does. Beautiful lob inside.
Travis now has 11 points in the ball game. And we're talking biggest lead again, but a foul on the arm. Mike Hancock. And now Mike Hancock has 3 personal fouls. I tell you what, there's still a glimmer of hope for Cedar Catholic, and that could be that foul situation, and Wahoo might need to back things up a little bit. Maybe McAnderson slow things up on offense. I don't know if Wahoo ever does that.
I don't think they do, but defensive pressure-wise, the last 3 or 4 minutes, they really made it intense, and Cedar's really had a difficult time handling it. It'd be interesting to see if they keep that intensity up with the foul problems.
This is Aaron Frank, throws left side. Mueller, back to Frank, to Heine. Jumper by Frank is good. Aaron Frank now has 8 in the ball game, and he leads Cedar Catholic in scoring. 45-25. Wyand off the run. Holy cow! That's just a 2-pointer, but that's one of those shots that ideally a coach, you could see the lateral movement from here that you say, that's not really a great shot, but I tell you what, when they go down.
Well, when you're such a great athlete like Joel is, I tell you, a lot of things can happen like that. That was just a beautiful shot.
Cedar Catholic breaks the pressure. Frank gives way underneath to Heine, and Heine can't make it go down, but Howie has it in. Paul Howie, a 6'3 sophomore, his first 2 of the ball game. 47-27, but here comes Wahoo on the attack. Wyand. Yes.
When Joel makes up his mind to score, he just comes down and does it. Nobody stops him.
And now Cedar Catholic down again by 22. It's Jamie Jones. Out top to Frank, or on the side rather to Frank. There's Mueller. Eric will drive. Stop from 15. No good. Anderson has the rebound. And Wyand tips it away. Hine, Wyand, and coming away with it is Jones. Jones, oh, nice back and forth. But a good job of defense by Justin Anderson. But Cedar Catholic, they know how to run a break as well.
They really do. Cedar, over the years, I think has done a great job at transition game. The years they've won the state and been down here, they really move up and down the court. That's their game.
Ball inbounded out top. Knocked around by Greg Hine. He's really been a nice addition to this basketball team, hasn't he?
Well, I tell you, he does everything so well. He plays very good defense. He can penetrate. He shoots a good jumper. He does everything for him. Very good passer and very unselfish.
Tim Bohati has checked into the Wahoo lineup. He's number 33, a 6-foot senior, his first action in this ball game. Frank over to Mueller. This is Jones. No good. And up high for the rebound is Anderson.
And they should be able to try to hit that individual.
Toline is fouled underneath by Eric Mueller, so Eric quickly picks up his third personal. Here you see another look at it. Travis Toline, a 6'4" junior, averaging 13 points on the season.
You know, I think Travis has played pretty well in the tournament. The first day I saw him play, I wondered, questioned him a little bit, but you know, yesterday I thought he did a great job rebounding, and you know, he has to rebound well for them. They've got a lot of good athletes around him, but he's the big guy. He has to do a great job. He does a good job of sealing off, setting up for the lob.
Travis had 19 points last night in Wahoo's 77-58 win over Crete in the semifinals. Cedar Catholic beat Grand Island Northwest 54-50 in the semifinals to reach this championship game.
The Cedar Catholic game in the Northwest was interesting. Dave Marin from Northwest coached at Cedar Catholic before going to Northwest.
Hine splits the defense. Holy cow! I know Mick Anderson would take total credit for that. That's all coaching, right?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, that's a great play. But, you know, the 3 days I've watched Hine play, he makes a lot of those. He really can just adjust well in the air when there's hands and arms in the way.
That's one of the reasons he was selected to that Las Vegas All-Star team this past summer. Greg Hine, a 6-foot junior.
Well, I think he's overshadowed a little bit by Joel. Joel plays so great, but he's a great player himself, and Greg Hine.
52-27. It's now a 25-point lead inside the final minute of play in the third quarter. Finkelman way off the mark. And here comes Wahoo pushing it up the floor. This is Bohati. Bohati, right side. Block off the mark. But Ryan gets his own rebound and is fouled. This will be on Mueller, and that will be Eric's fourth personal foul. 52-27. And substitution coming into the ball game. Number 31, Jamie Jones back in, and he'll give Eric Mueller a break, as I know Coach Bob Geary doesn't want Eric to pick up his fifth personal in these last 34 seconds of the third quarter. Hine inside, Anderson, double dribble.
Well, what makes difficult the defense, Wahoo, is they're great passing, their quickness, but they penetrate so well. And when they penetrate, they create so many opportunities. You look at their individuals, they're in triple threat position, and they're looking to penetrate every time down court.
Frank, jumper on the move, way off the mark. And now for the final 15 seconds, let's see what the Warriors get. Glock to Hine. This is Anderson. Tries to get it inside. It's taken away. 3 seconds. See the long desperation shot. No good, off the mark. We played 3 quarters, and it's all Wahoo at the break. 52-27. Back with the final 8 minutes right after this. Take State. The Trojans would have to have one of the biggest comebacks in the history of the state boys basketball tournament, because they trail it by 25 going into the final 8 minutes of play. Cedar Catholic with the basketball to start the fourth quarter.
Very difficult for the kids to keep their focus when you're down this far. It'll be interesting to see how Cedar Catholic plays.
This is Wyand. Hancock lobs it to Toline. It's knocked away, and Cedar Catholic has it.
They had very good backside help that time.
Nice save by Frank. Heine can't get it to go. Oh. Great tip by Mueller.
That was a beauty.
Mueller with 9, and you can see why some college coaches I know are interested in Eric Mueller's talents. Hancock to Wyand. Joel way out, short. Heine has the rebound and is fouled by Justin Anderson. That will be the 4th personal foul on Justin. And that is also the 6th team foul on Wahoo. So after this, Cedar Catholic will be in the bonus situation.
Well, we'll see what type of character the Cedar Catholic kids have. I think they'll do a good job. We'll really try to cut into the deficit as much as they can and play as hard as they can.
It hasn't been for a lack of effort. Cedar Catholic kids are really playing their hearts out.
They really have. Those kids have really done a great job. And I think defensively, most of the game, they've done a good job. The turnovers have killed them.
Dennis Pinkelman for 2. He now has 4 in the ball game, and it's 52-31. And a foul will go against Scott Heine. That will be his 4th personal. So both Heine and Mueller now saddled with 4 personals on the Trojan side. 6:45 to play in our state championship finale. This will close the books on 1993 in high school basketball.
The Wahoo three-point shooters, they don't worry about how far out they are. They really can shoot from a distance.
Fight for the rebound, a jump ball. The alternate possession will go to Wahoo. You can see the Wahoo kids still working hard on the boards. Hancock. Oh, I thought he was going to take it. But he'll move in a couple steps and nail it.
I thought he was going to shoot a big NBA 3 there, but he did step around, made a nice move, and avoided the defense and made a nice shot.
Maybe that was his ploy, just to get the defense out all along.
Oh, I'll tell you what, well, he shoots from so far out, you almost have to play there.
There's a good look at Mike as he commits the personal. That will be Mike Hancock's. Oh, I guess it went on Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson fouls out, gets a big hug from his dad, the head coach, Mick Anderson, as Justin's high school career comes to a close. And, well, what a career it's been for all of those Wahoo kids. They got a lot of medals back home.
Really have a lot of memories.
Eric Mueller at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. Makes the first.
Well, the Cedar kids have got a lot to be proud of, though. I tell you, their kids have played hard. And, you know, maybe they can make a little, cut down the deficit here a little bit in the last 6 minutes.
And as you know, it's not really much of a disgrace to lose to Wahoo.
Oh, it really is not. I tell you, you can't, got to hold your chin up.
A lot of debate as this 4th quarter unfolds. Tim, that I want to talk to you about a little bit is just how good Wahoo is. They're up to number 3 in the World Herald overall rating. Some people think that they could play with the Class A schools, and there you see the bucket underneath by Travis Tolene. What do you think? Is Wahoo that good?
Well, you know, I haven't had a chance to see all the Class A schools. You know, I thought Burke has some outstanding athletes. I tell you, they've got a couple guards that are great, and they've got an inside player that does a great job. It's really difficult to say. I don't know if we really ever will be able to compare teams like that. I definitely think they could, there's no question they could compete in that area. But if they could beat the good teams, I don't know. That's something, you know, only an overall tournament would tell you.
Well, that is one thing. Wahoo has been very successful in summer league tournaments as well, competing with the higher class schools. Look at Mueller get up.
I thought maybe he was going to be called for a technical for grabbing the rim there, but evidently not.
Well, there's a timeout on the floor, 57-33 with 5:51 to play. There you go. A lot of cheering going on the Wahoo side of the floor, and Warrior fans are used to doing a lot of cheering. They have won 138 of their last 139 games in that span, 4 state championships. And it looks like the Warriors are about to put the cap on a 5th state championship. And look at Mike Hancock.
Boy,
you
that
can't
was
defense that.
Boy, he was out there 23 feet anyway. Tremendous shot.
I mean, that's just, you can play great defense, and, you know, when a kid's shooting from that far out and nailing them, there's not much you can do.
Oh, he's got such a range.
Mueller in and out. And a fight for the rebound. I think somebody committed a foul. Maybe it's Hancock, and if so, that would be Mike's 4th personal.
You know, back to the Class A and Wahoo being rated, you know, they play awful well, and I think there's no question they can play with a lot of Class A teams. And you know, I was impressed with Burke. I thought they played well. I thought Papillion played well. It'd be interesting to see a matchup. I don't know how it would come out. It'd be interesting.
That would be the one fun thing if we could almost have a tournament between the state champions. It really would end a lot of the speculation, but in some respects, that speculation is fun as well.
Well, it really is. You know, the discussion, the debate at the coffee shops, I think that's a pretty good deal. Gives us something to talk about.
Wahoo might not be 24-0, but I know if they played a Class A schedule, they'd still win their share of games.
Oh, there's no question. They've got such good people. They play so well together. Nick's done a great job coaching them.
Turnaround jumper by Toline won't go. Heine with a rebound. Cedar Catholic kids still playing their hearts out. This is Frank. Mueller to Heine. No good, and Skine for the rebound. It was Greg Hine.
You know, it's so hard to prepare for Wahoo, you know, just like Cedar Catholic.
There's Joel Wyan showing his speed and strength to the hole. Gets it for 13. And look at Hancock get the steal and still have the presence, almost traveled, but to put the ball on the floor immediately and start dribbling.
I was talking before the game with the Cedar coaches, and they talked about how they really haven't played against a team like this very much, and it's so hard to prepare for them because there's no way you can simulate it. You can't simulate their quickness.
No, you can't. Now the lead is up to 30, 64-34. Wahoo has done this to a lot of teams this year, and now fouling out of the ball game is Mike Hancock. He'll leave with 23 points, a 6'1 junior.
At least Cedar will be able to move their defense in about 10 foot now.
I tell you what, he's nailed the threes, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the ball game, and a couple of them have been out there from almost NBA range.
Yeah, you really don't have to worry about him stepping on the line at all. He's back there quite a ways.
Free throw in and out on the part of Paul Howie. Here come the Warriors on the attack. Tim Bohatti has checked into the lineup for Wahoo. There's Bohatti, can't get it to go down, and the other way, Aaron Frank. 1-on-2, has it knocked away by Hine. Hine keys it to Toline. Toline wanted the dunk, was fouled. He's laughing.
Those are the really quick hands of Greg Hine down here. Wahoo, like you said, got really quick hands. He did a great job of stealing the ball.
Now, some folks might wonder why this isn't a technical.
Well, supposedly that's there to help him bring you. If you grab the rim and you're off balance, you can bring yourself back down, which he did there. It's not a technical.
It's when you feel the contact from a defensive player, It's a protection mode. Toline, nothing but net on the free throw. He now has 14 points in the game. And we're starting to see some of the Wahoo substitutions as Greg Hine checks out. Hine will leave with 11 points. He's played a whale of a second half, hasn't he?
Oh, really has. Really impressed with him. I think this is the best he's looked in the tournament. He's done some outstanding things besides his defense. He's adjusted his shot well, penetrated. Great job of passing.
Brett Eady has checked in, number 21. Brett's older brother, Ryan Eady, a great ball player.
Yeah, we had to face him. He was a tremendous player, did a nice job running the offense for him.
Frank off the mark and down at the rebound. That's Bohatti. Keys the break to Wyan. Joel's shot. Oh, he almost got it. He lost that ball at his waist. And Tim, he still almost got it in the hole. Watch this.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's tremendous. Just look at it, watch it on the screen, and it goes up, does a great job. He has a presence of mind to take and finish out the shot even after he's hammered.
Wyan with just 13 points, well below his seasonal average, but I'm sure he'll take a state championship. And Joel doesn't seem to be that type of player. Really, all the Wahoo players don't seem to be real concerned about their points.
Oh, I don't think so. They're very unselfish. I'll tell you what I like about Joel Wyan. I tell you, probably one of the most intense players I think I've ever seen. He stays intense the whole time, no matter what level or what period of the game it is, what time it is. He's just always intense.
Mueller hits it. He's got a nice shot. Mueller now with 13 points in the ball game. And he leads Cedar Catholic, has all season. Wyan from 3, just short. Toline, strong off the glass.
Said the last 2 nights, I really think he's established himself. He's done a nice job on the boards.
68-36 our score, folks. And Wahoo just about to clear the bench, bring the starters all out. I'll tell you what, these substitutes over Wahoo can play too. They go against the starters every day in practice.
They really can. And they're a very young group.
A foul will be whistled against Dennis Pinkelman, and now you're going to hear a roar from the Wahoo side as Joel Wyan will check out. The final time he will suit up for the Wahoo Warriors, and what a state tournament career, he's had 3 state championships, and he's played a vital role in many of those.
Well, his sophomore year, he started against us and was a very, very good defensive player. He's really contributed all the way through in their defense.
Ryan Glock also checks out, who's a senior. Try to get some of these substitutes for you. Into the Wahoo lineup is number 43, Mike Simmons, and number 15, Louis Wotipka. And the second free throw is also good. Or rather, the first free throw is good. I'm trying to get Louis' last name right, Wotipka.
And some of those names are kind of difficult.
Second free throw doesn't go down. 69-36 our score with 2:30 left in this Class B state championship. It's in that blowout realm, but it's been entertaining because I think Wahoo's just fun to watch, aren't they?
They really are. They're a lot of fun to watch. They do so many great things.
There's a break in the action. We'll be back with a final 2 minutes and 28 seconds right after this. Cedar Catholic inbounding the ball. The Trojans trailing 69-36. It's been all Wahoo. Mueller from three-point range. Off the mark. Coming down with it. That's Frank. He can't get it to fall. And going skying for the rebound is Wotipka. Here's Wahoo on the attack. Now watch these kids. These are good basketball players out here for Wahoo still. On the floor, the foul will go against Mike Simmons, a 6-foot freshman. And it doesn't hurt for these kids to get in here for 3 or 4 minutes and get some state tournament experience, does it?
Well, I tell you, it helps their tradition overall. They get a chance to get in the game, and it makes them feel good. And I'll tell you what, they want to get back here in a couple of years, so it does them a lot of good.
Doesn't hurt either just to be on the floor. You kind of get over those jitters. You know where the locker rooms are at. You kind of know what the whole situation is.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing. Wahoo's here every year, and the other teams, they're always going to have to adjust coming in, and it becomes old hat to Wahoo.
Some fan just handed me a statistic, and I guess maybe we'll try to have to take them on it. So I don't know how official it is, but it said the largest margin of victory in a Class B championship game came in 1918 at 27 points. So looks like the Warriors have a good shot at possibly eclipsing that record. They already have a number of records in boys basketball. Mike Simmons almost got that to go down. Another thing that Mick Anderson was talking about, Tim, an advantage is that his kids get to go home and sleep in their own beds each night. He said that he really thinks that makes a difference.
I really think it does. You know, the 4 years we were down here, we went home. It's an hour drive, but it really helps our kids. Our kids are able to sleep and concentrate on basketball, where a lot of teams are here. There's too many things going on that they're not able to concentrate on the game or focus on the game itself.
Eric Mueller checks out for the final time as the 6'3 senior ends his career, but great career it's been for Eric, an all-stater on our coach's all-state team. 1:30 left in the B state championship, and now I guess all we have to wait for is to see if indeed Wahoo eclipses that largest margin of victory, at least according to one fan who handed me that note. 27 points in the 1927 title, or in the 1918 title game. There you see the disappointed Cedar Catholic Trojans. But I don't know if Wahoo could have been beat tonight. It would have been tough.
It would have really been tough. They executed so well. You know, I think after that first game against Sydney, their kids really focused. And you know as well as I do, focusing is a big part of the game, the mental part. And you get kids to focus, and you really accomplish a lot of things. That's the biggest share of coaching, part of coaching.
Jumper by Brett Eady, his first 2 of the ball game. I know I was out at Wahoo's practice on Monday, and it was incredible intensity. As you see a steal, this is Wotipka, Louis Wotipka for 2. And you can just sense the intensity at practice. At state tournament time, some teams kind of take it easy, but not Wahoo.
You know, I can't imagine them not having an intense practice with Joel Wyan. Joel Wyan is so intense. I think he's such a leader that I think maybe, he would force them to have a practice like that. I'm really impressed with his intensity.
And Mick Anderson, he's got his share of intensity too, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He's, in the third quarter when they were making the run and had those got those three turnovers that converted into baskets. He was really up yelling at the kids, even when they committed a foul, and congratulating them on really hustling and playing hard. And I think that's what you got to do as a coach.
Free throw is good by Dwayne Becker, a 6'4" junior. So Dwayne's in the books with some points in this Class B state championship. Second free throw also good, and now checking in for Cedar Catholic, number 15, Scott McGregor. 73-43, 45 seconds to play. Wotipka gets it across the timeline. Edie has trouble, or rather that's Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson, just a freshman. Shot goes hard off the glass, and now a foul. That's Ryan Fiala playing really hard inside. Ryan, a 6'1" freshman.
He looks like a nice player. He's going to be a development to a nice player. He's got nice long arms and did a nice job turning around his jump shot there.
Fiala will shoot 1 and 1. It's good. Second one a little strong. 74-40 inside of 30 seconds. Look at the hustle. And a good job throwing the ball out of bounds is McGregor. But I tell you what, Ryan Fiala, or rather it was 43, Mike Simmons, another freshman, was really hustling from behind, almost got the steal.
Mike has played in the other two games in the tournament and really does a great job of hustling.
This is Wotipka. Yes! Louis Wotipka has 4 points now. Or are they going to take it away?
They call the charge on it.
Will they give him the bucket?
No. In high school ball, you don't hit the basket on it.
"15 seconds left in the Class B state championship. Shot on the way is good, and I believe it was by Brian Kinney. Closing seconds of the Class B state championship, and a foul whistled. 1.8 seconds to play. At the free throw line will be Russ Hochstein, a 6'4" freshman.
Boy, Cedar really has a lot of young, tall kids, don't they?
Wahoo wins the Class B state championship with a 74-42 victory. 32 points, the final margin. And it just shows how dominant this Wahoo team has been this year. 25-0 on the season. And we'll be back with the trophy and medal presentations right after this. The Class B state championship is in the books. Coach Bob Geary is handing out the medal handing out the medals to Hartington Cedar Catholic, and finishing runner-up is still a great thrill for these kids, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. Even though the kids really are down at the time, and I think after they think about a week or so, they're going to realize that they accomplished something 63 other teams did not accomplish. So it's a great honor for them, and they don't have any reason to hang their head.
Wahoo's still kind of scary now. They've won 139 of their last 140, and with a lot of these young kids, I think Wahoo's going to be tough to beat next year too.
More the question is, when's it ever going to end? When are they not going to make it to state? And I don't know if you can foresee that in the future. They seem like they've got good kids coming all the way through in their program.
Running down the leading scorers for Wahoo: 23 points for Mike Hancock, 17 for Travis Toline, 14 for Joel Wyand, 11 for Greg Hine, 4 for Justin Anderson, 2 for Brett Eady, 2 for Louis Wotipka, and 1 for Ryan Fiala. For Hartington Cedar Catholic, Eric Mueller had 13 points, the only Trojan in double figures, 8 for Aaron Frank, 6 for Jamie Jones, 6 for Dennis Pinkelman, 3 for Paul Howie, 2 for Dwayne Becker, 2 for Brian Kinney, and 2 for Scott Heine. Well, we're just about set for the trophy and medal presentations for the Wahoo Warriors, state champions in Class B. Now let's go to our PA announcer, Roy Churchill.
And now to the champions. First, Coach Nick Anderson, we have a special award for you. Now, Coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. We'll introduce them one by one. Number 15, Louis Watipka. Number 21, Brett Eady. Number 31, Josh Anderson. Number 33, Tim Bahati. Number 43, Mike Simons. Number 44, Ryan Glock. Number 53, Ryan Fiala. Number 23, Justin Anderson. Number 25, Joel Wyan. Number 35, Greg Hine. Number 45, Travis Tolane. And number 54, Mike Hancock. The 1993 Nebraska Class B high school basketball champion is Wahoo High School. Congratulations, players and coaches.
And so the dynasty is back. Wahoo, back where they had been for so long, state champions. And Tim Pearson, what an exclamation point behind this performance.
Well, like Jeff, we were talking earlier, they said this could be the largest margin of victory in state tournament history in Class B, and they really came in and stated that they were, or made a statement that they were the Class B state champions.
And it's almost like in the fourth quarter, they pretty much played with them. It could have been really ugly had they wanted it to be.
Well, I tell you, they really played hard, and they really got after it. And like I said, it maybe could have been worse.
We'll have a word with the victorious coach, Mick Anderson, and the players on the Wahoo High School squad. But first, we owe you a break, and then we'll return. It is indeed the largest margin of victory in a Class B title game, breaking the previous record of 27 set in 1919. We don't remember that very well. Let's take a look at the statistics on how it happened. Wahoo hitting 50%, and look at the disparity in the number of shots. They had 17 more shots than did Cedar. And of course, you get more shots, you shoot 50%, you're going to get more points. Free throws were pretty much a wash, nothing really major there. Rebounds, again, a surprise of the team not getting the rebounding edge, winning so convincingly, but those turnovers, not only, that's how you get so many extra shots, you force 12 extra turnovers.
The turnovers were really the key of the game, and the extra shots are important, but usually they're high percentage shots after the turnover, and that's where Wahoo really does a great job cashing in.
Let's go down to Jeff Schmall, who's got Coach Mick Anderson right nearby.
Well, Harvey, it feels like this is deja vu. Mick Anderson here with me, state champions in Class B, 5th state title in the last 6 years. Wahoo back on top of the heap.
Well, I thought we played real good tonight. I was real pleased. I thought we came out tonight and third day in the tournament and put it all together.
According to our statisticians, this is the largest win ever in the history of a Class B final, and your kids played great.
Well, we've played good all year, and I guess we've had some championship games down here where we hadn't put it together, still won. We were waiting for the one night where we could put it all together on championship night, just to show the people the way we've been playing all year, and tonight was the night.
Now, as far as last year, you got to feel proud of your kids. You lost in the semifinals, had that long win streak come to an end, but these kids have bounced back tough.
Well, it hurt for a while, but we got focused in a hurry and got into summer leagues and camps and rededicated ourselves to getting back here in the title game.
I know one thing it's got to be special for you is having your son, a senior, to go out a champion his senior season. I know you two are real close.
Well, it's tough. It's kind of emotional, and I'm real happy for Justin. He's probably taken more constructive criticism from a coach than anybody in the history of the game.
Dad gets kind of tough on him, and you got another senior that's been awful special to this team as well.
Well, Joel's a dedicated athlete, just like Justin. They put a lot of time into the program, and I couldn't be more pleased for the two of them.
Congratulations, Mick, and just great success, and you run a great program there, and quality kids coming out of it too.
Well, thank you. It's just it's still excitable winning the 5th one just as much as it was the first.
You bet. Well, that's great. Let's bring in some of the players. First, we'll talk to Travis Tolene. And Travis, you had a good night. Let's see, checking the ledger, 17 points, and pretty good, isn't it?
That's not bad.
Was it easy out there? I mean, you guys never. It doesn't seem like you even really pay much attention to the score. You just get out there and get after them.
Yeah, as soon as we get the press going and get pumped, it's just fluid.
I know there was a lot of hurt a year ago. Does this kind of erase a lot of that?
Yeah, we didn't like watching the finals on TV last year, so we came out strong.
Okay, congratulations, Travis Tolene on a state championship. Now let's bring in Mike Hancock, and I got to touch you, see if yeah, he's still kind of sizzling. The three-pointers had trouble maybe in the first half a little bit, but boy, they started falling real nice in that second half.
Yeah, they did. I started off a little slow, but second half, I let it come to me instead of forcing it.
23 points on the evening on a record-setting night. This is the biggest win ever in the Class B final.
Feels good.
Think you guys will be back maybe next year?
Oh, yeah, we'll be back next year. We got a lot of young players that'll probably come up, hopefully, and step up and get us there back next year.
Okay, congratulations, Mike. Let's talk with one of the other seniors on the team, Justin Anderson. And Justin, this has to be a fun way to go out.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking last year that we couldn't pull it out, but this year it's great. Senior, Dad being the coach, just fabulous.
I know your dad even got a little bit emotional talking about it, that this is special between you two. I know you guys got a special bond. He said he's probably been as hard on you as any coach has on his son.
Yeah, he is hard on me. He expects a lot out of me, and I don't know, since I'm his son, and just expects me to more or less, I don't know.
It's a great way to go out, though, as a state champion.
It is. It's great.
Okay, let's bring in Joel Wyan, the other senior starter on this team. And Joel, this has got to cap your senior season in the best way possible, an undefeated season.
Oh, I don't think it could have stopped it any better. I mean, this is definitely the best way to end it, and I feel very, very confident in this team, and I just feel great.
And a record-setting win. Did you expect it to go? Maybe it wasn't easy. You guys were playing hard the whole way, but to win so dominantly.
No, but we did have something to come out and prove. I think, coming into the game, we wanted to come out and show people that, we are Class B, but we can't play. And I think, even Hartington, Cedar Catholic, they had something to come out and prove, We all can play with anybody, I think, and it just goes to tell you, if anybody puts their mind to it, you can do whatever you want.
Almost like to get a shot at Papillion, maybe?
I wouldn't mind it, but I tell you, hats off to them. They played a great game. This, all Class A is great. I mean, Class B is great too. It's just, it's sad that we can't play each other, but everybody's great. So.
Well, congratulations on another state championship. Finally, let's bring in Greg Hine. And Greg Hine, you moved over from Wahoo Newman to Wahoo High School and get a state championship this time with the Warriors.
Yeah,
I was on the winning team my freshman year, but I didn't have a whole lot to do with it. And I always told myself I wanted to come down and get one for myself. And I earned this one here, and the whole team earned it, and we just had a great year.
I think the thing that maybe impresses me most about Wahoo is how well you guys play together. You don't worry about who's scoring or anything, do you?
No, it just rolls around night to night, and we don't even care. I mean, as long as we keep rolling, that's the way we like it.
And you haven't been a part of this Wahoo Warrior tradition all these years, but it's got to feel nice to be a part of it now.
It's great. It's great. I mean, all the talk about A and B, I mean, that doesn't have a whole lot to do with it right now because, you know, we got our championship. That's what we came for.
Okay, congratulations. Let's bring in the last senior, Brett Eady. And Brett, I know your brother Ryan's been in this position a couple times, and now you're here with a state championship.
Oh, it's just a great feeling to be around. I mean, I just thank the coach for giving me the opportunity to play with these guys. It's great. It's just been awesome.
And practicing, you know, against these guys in practice, you know how good they are, don't you?
Oh, it's just, it makes you feel like it just helps you so much to get used to come out and playing these guys. It's great.
Okay, congratulations on a state championship. We'll bring in one more player, Louis Wotipka, right? Got that one right. And Louis, you guys got some players back. You think the Warriors are going to be back here again next year?
Oh, definitely. I just can't wait. It's going to be great to get back next year.
Okay, Louis, as far as being part of this tradition, that's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a real lot of fun. You know, we go out, practice hard every day, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, congratulations, Louis Wotipka of the Wahoo Warriors, as Wahoo wins the 1993 Class B state championship. I want to bring in our guest color commentator first of all, Tim. And it was awful fun working with you. Maybe not the closest game in the world, but we saw some quality basketball.
Well, thanks. I really enjoyed it, Jeff. It was really great, and it was a great game, and it's great to do a job on, a team that's a tremendous team like Wahoo.
And maybe we'll see the Dukes back here sometime.
Well, hopefully. We'd sure like to get down here.
Okay, thanks, Tim, for working the game with us.
Thank you.
Finally, Harvey Watson. Got to shake your hand, Harvey. It's been a lot of fun working with you these past couple weeks, and this is a great time of year, isn't it?
Well, if you've ever been exactly where you wanted to be, then you know how I felt for the last 2 weekends.
Well, it's really been a pleasure working with you. We saw some couple blowouts maybe today, but some excellent basketball in those games and some great games as well.
Part of Nebraska basketball folklore today. 3 tremendous games, and this game was tremendous in the magnitude of what it meant for Wahoo. I mean, the dynasty is back.
You bet. Harvey Watson, thank you very much for working these games with us.